Now let us solve some examples to understand the concept in a better way. A coin is tossed 1000 times with the following frequencies. The number of times head came up is 455 and the number of times tail come up is 545. Compute the probability for each event. So the two events possible are getting heads and getting tails. Now the probability of getting heads is the number of times heads came up divided by the total number of tosses. Similarly, the probability for getting tails is the number of times tail has occurred divided by the total number of tosses. In the first case, the event is occurrence of heads, and in the second case, the event is occurrence of tails, and the trial is flipping of a coin. So in the first case, that is the probability of head coming up, the number of times head came up is 455 and the total number of times that the coin was tossed is 1000 times. So the probability is 455 upon 1000. Similarly, the probability of tails coming up is total number of times tails come up, that is 545, divided by total number of times, that is 1000. So the probability is 545 by 1000. Now the probability of getting heads is 455 by 1000 and the probability of getting tails is 545 by 1000. You must have noted that on the final computation, both these probabilities are less than 1. This is so because the denominator always denotes the total times and the numerator denotes the favorable events. So in any case, the number of favorable events will be less than or equal to the total number of events. So I can say that the probability of any event that has occurred will always be less than or equal to 1. And if the event has not occurred, then the probability will be 0. It can never happen that the probability is negative. So I can say that probability of any event that has occurred is less than or equal to 1 and it is also greater than or equal to 0. This concept is very important. Now the next example. Two coins are tossed simultaneously 500 times and we get two heads 105 times, one head 275 times and no head 120 times. Find the probability of occurrence of each of these events. So here we have three events. The first one is probability of two heads. The second one is probability of one head and one tail, that is one heads. And the third one is probability of no heads, that is both of them are tails. For computing the probability of getting two heads, we need to divide the number of times two heads came up by the total number of times these two coins were flipped. So the number of times two heads came up is 105 and the total number of times both the coins were flipped is 500. So the probability of two heads coming up is 105 by 500. Similarly, the probability for getting one head is number of times one head came up divided by total number of times the coin were flipped. So the number of times one head came up is 275 and the total number of times is 500. So the probability is 275 by 500. Now the probability of no heads is the number of times that no head came up, that is 120 divided by the total number of tosses, that is 500. So the probability of no heads is 120 by 500. The next question is, a tire manufacturing company kept a record of the distance covered before a tire needed to be replaced. The table shows the result of 1000 such cases. So this represents total trials. So according to this table, when the distance was less than 4000 kilometers, then the number of times the tire needed to be replaced was 20. And when the distance was between 4000 to 9000, the number of times was 210. When the distance was between 9001 to 14,000, the frequency was 325. And finally, when the distance was more than 14,000, the frequency was 445. If we buy a tire of this company, what is the probability that it will need to be replaced before it has covered 4,000 kilometers? Here, we need to compute the probability when the tire need to be replaced on a distance less than 4,000 kilometers. So here, the total number of times that the tire need to be replaced when it has covered a distance less than 4,000 is 20 divided by the total number of cases, that is 1000. This is equal to 1 by 50. Now the second one. It will last more than 9,000 kilometers. Now we need to compute the probability that the tire will last more than 9,000 kilometers. For this, we have to consider the cases where the tire need to be replaced after it has covered 9,000 kilometers. So for this case and this case will be considered because the distance in both of these are more than 9,000 kilometers. So the probability will be 325 plus 445 upon total number of cases, that is 1000. This will be equal to 325 plus 445, that is 770 divided by 1000, which is equal to 77 by 100. So the probability that the tire will last more than 9,000 kilometers is 77 by 1000. Now the third case. It will need to be replaced after it has covered somewhere between 4,000 kilometers and 14,000 kilometers. For this, we will consider the distances between 4,000 and 14,000. Since the distance is more than 4,000, so this will not be considered. And since the distance is till 14,000, so this will also be not considered. So the probability that it has covered somewhere between 4,000 to 14,000 is equal to 210 plus 325 divided by total number of cases, that is 1000. 210 plus 325 is equal to 535 divided by 1000. So the probability that the tire will last between 4,000 kilometers and 14,000 kilometers is 535 by 1000.